Welcome. Good night. It's your boy MarkN. You know what it is. It's the Premier Recap. And guys, currently, as we're speaking, a game is unfolding right now where I can tell you Newcastle are to have turned the tables from 10 men down, and they have been dominating Liverpool for the last 25 minutes. And in that 25 minutes, while 10 men down, they have scored two goals to make a comeback. Liverpool has been pressed to several corners back to back for the last few minutes, and it's looking like Liverpool are on the cusp of either losing their first game or drawing their first game of the season. It's going to be very interesting a finish because right now this is the Premier Recap and this is the last game of the Premier League weekend, and it's Monday, guys. It's about to be. It's Monday. You know what I'm saying, guys? Oh my goodness! And as I'm speaking, the young starter for Liverpool just made it 3-2 with a brilliant finish, running in unmarked late into the box and finishing at home. And what can I say? It's a big disappointment for Newcastle and for me. The hate along was real. Also, it's a big moment for this young talent. It's a lot has been said about this young talent, Rio. He has been pushed into the limelight by Liverpool. A lot of expressions, even advertisement by Fabrizio Romano for this young talent, and he certainly shows that his quality is on the mark, guys. He's not at all offside, always on, and finish with a one-time shot, no touches, just a pure finish, guys. And he was ready for his big moment. Congratulations and welcome to the Premier League. And 102 minutes on the clock. I think the referee will blow this game off very shortly, and I think this is good night to Newcastle for their valiant efforts. Guys, it's interesting. It's very interesting. How are you feeling, guys? This is the first of its kind for my channel. This is called the Premier Recap. Of course, we're going to have a few interesting segments. The roundup is here, guys. And of course, we're going to be featuring quite a few of some of my friends. You can see their hashtags in the bottom of the screen right now. Don't forget to smash the likes and share it up, share it around. Of course, and Gumoha, Rio and Gumoha is the young scorer for Liverpool. If you did not hear his name and I didn't give it before, that's his name, of course. Stay tuned because in the last segment of the show, where you in the comments are going to drive this because we're going to be talking about the bums of the weekend, the bruisers, and of course, the bagsmen. So stay tuned for that segment because that's going to come up. It's going to be a quick fire stream where we visit all the different score lines of the weekend and hear everyone's opinion. I'm just waiting for the guys to pull up. They all should be here pretty shortly, guys. And let's see, everyone's probably taken in this game with his photo finish. Can Newcastle get a third goal from a set piece? Guanmira stands over the ball right now, guys. And what I can say is Nick Pope is up there. It would be interesting. And corner it's another corner for Newcastle. Liverpool defending with 10 men. Newcastle, of course, trying to get themselves on that score sheet to get that point they worked so very valiantly for and conceded in the final minute after coming clawing their way back from 2-0 down. Let's see how this game ends, guys. I will give you as best commentary as possible. Of course, my Trini accent is a little bit thick, but I should be able to give you a clear read blower by blowers. They clear the ball, but Newcastle is still in possession. Bruno Gamira is unable to keep it in play. And they're just all waiting on the final whistle. Bruno Gamira is being pounded by Gravenberch, and a war of words exchanged, and the players have been separated. It doesn't seem like any yellow card or anything will be given by the referee. There was no physical action taking place there, more just words being had between two players. And these things happen in what can I say, the fiery nature of the game. and the game has been blown off, and it's a Liverpool win. Much to my dismay, guys. You know how it is. But it is what it is, and so it goes sometimes with the Premier League weekend. So let's get things started. I'm waiting for these guys to pull up. I don't know where they are. Let me just drop a message in the group to see what's going on with these guys because they are all late for the stream. And I don't know, guys. They should be pulling up shortly. I see some replies. Shout out to everyone joining. What's going on with this camera? Yes. So, guys, as I was saying, let's start, of course, the Liverpool game. I'll start talking about that because it's the final game, and of course, it was very, very thrilling. A red card early in the game to Newcastle, saw them go behind, and two goals from Liverpool. Another goal added to Etikite. A great performance from the Liverpool team. What can I say? They picked apart Newcastle early in the first half, of course, and then they picked them apart at the very end of the game. 90 plus 10 minutes. And of course, there was little to not be able to not discuss because at the same time, there was another story to unfold. When everyone thought it was all done and dusted for Newcastle, Newcastle fought back, and they fought back valiantly, guys. First off, it was a header, a brilliant, physical, forceful header coming in from Bruno Guimaraes late on the 78th minute. And of course, that spurred on the Liverpool faithful and the Newcastle faithful. The stadium roof was lifted. And of course, there was a lot of energy in the team. And who would know 10 minutes later, young striker Iboha would come in and score the second goal for Newcastle FC, also on his first full start as a player at the club. The young striker, very esque of Isak in terms of his look and style. You know what I'm saying? So it was very interesting to see that in that moment. I see the guys are pulling up, so I'm gonna bring them in without further ado to join the conversation, guys. Welcome, my brother Chelsea. You know the Chelsea, proper Chelsea, my brother. Big up to you.
Big
Welcome to my brother
big up
my
my
brother
bow.
from Manchester United fan, of
Big
course,
up
you know
Gee.
him, Admiral Drex. He's always here, always part of the streams. And of course, there's some more guests to pull up soon, guys. And Steve McCullough, the Newcastle fan, I'm pretty sure he's cussing because he's supposed to finish work, I think, an hour ago. So you would have definitely been catching up with the second half of this game, and he must be gutted. I can't wait for him to come in because he's the one supposed to be driving the scoreline and talks on this particular topic. But I'll go around the table and let's start. Let's go back to the first day of the game week, guys, because that was a very interesting encounter. Chelsea Dan, you disappeared, broski. Well, he's probably there somehow. But this is your segment, my brother, because this is where West Ham was slaughtered. They were mauled by your Chelsea team. You know what I mean? In the first game of the match week. You know what I mean? Paul Palmer did have a little bit of a dampener on your win because, of course, he came up with an injury. But I would say to you guys, you know, it was a very good performance from Chelsea. What are your thoughts on this, Chelsea Dan? Where'd he go? I think his internet is giving some trouble, Drex. What are you saying,
Yo,
bro?
yo, 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 big up people, big up people. Yeah.
Yo, you
Yeah.
there, broski?
So sorry about that, my G. I had a phone call. Man. I had to tell.
All is
I had to
good,
tell.
bro.
I had to tell one of my guys from his that I'm on the stream with my mate's stream tonight. I'll speak later. Sorry about that, guys.
All good, but let's discuss match week two. We're discussing your demolishing of West Ham. Talk about it facing, for your former manager Graham Potter. You know, he was once hailed as the next Harry Potter, but it was short-lived at your club.
Yeah, I'll just quickly because I've got to make a cup of tea for my missus. I've been trying to. I've been busy, so I'm trying to get everything sorted for you to be on your stream today. So it's all perfect, bro. Yeah, man.
Excuse me.
What can we say? The West Ham, the haters, rifle fans hate Chelsea. We're Club Cup World Cup winners. We get everyone bigging up. Oh, because we're not. We're in the same boat as with Crystal Palace. The thing is with Crystal Palace, yeah. They were in winning mentality, right? Last weekend, the first game of the season. And we haven't won a game since 2019, Mark. Since 2019, yeah, with Thomas Tuchel. We haven't never won the first game in the Premier League. To go Stamford Bridge against Crystal Palace was a tough side. As they were on the winning mentality, they spanked Man City in the FA Cup. Pre-season they did well. Then the Community Shield beat Liverpool in the Community Shield. So we expected that the manager for Crystal Palace is a good manager who's won cups before for previous clubs. We're going to it's going to be we haven't beaten Crystal Palace in the last 2 seasons. We drew twice last season and now this season. It was a tough game. But going to West Ham United, man like goes 1-0 up. Goalkeeper any chance should have saved that. But after that, man, we just dominated them. We at least had 8 goals. Graham Potter, the Harry Potter, good riddance out of Chelsea. Everyone like bantered us that season when we had him. Man, like, what can we say against West Ham? Like, where was your fans, United? Where was West Ham fans?
Oh crap!
The last 2 minutes, Mark. Last 2 minutes, we won 1-0 up when we scored 2 goals. Where did you see the fans? West Ham fans doing? Walking off the pitch, brother. Walking off the pitch. Bye bye, you West Ham fans. Can't hear you, mate. Like after that own second goal to make it like even though it was offside, was dancing around the pitch for you was beating Chelsea Football Club. You know what I mean? Like dancing, thinking they were having a party. But after that, man, we just dominated them, and then you see the whole fans just walking out the pitch like West Ham fans, like putting their head down in shame. Yeah, man, it was a good game. Joel Pedro, like Enzo Marasca wanted our players in the team, all our players back in Chelsea old days, yeah, where he wanted every single player on the pitch to score goals, like when we had like Michael Essien, Joby McKell, Lampard, every single one on the pitch, even John Terry's and our centre backs getting the goals, and that's what we saw on against West Ham on Friday, where you see our defenders scoring goals, the midfielders, then the wingers and the whatnot. It was atmosphere. Then last Saturday, like last weekend with Cole Palmer, like everyone we shouldn't played him against Palace because you could tell he was injured in that game, and that's why he in this game we thought he was going to play. And then you noticed that Cole Palmer got injured, and we done a change with Estefan Williams, the youngest kid in the Premier League, for the first ever in the Premier League to do a youngest kid to make an assist, and that brilliant the lap holding it, takes the ball off the lap, outstrives the defenders, and has passed it through to Enzo Fernandez to score the goal. Yeah, man, honest truth. Couple more
Younger than
signings we
Cesc
need to do.
Fabregas? Younger than Cesc Fabregas, bro.
It says Fabregas. Oh yeah,
He was
might be in
16
it.
years old, you know. So Cesc
Oh,
Fabregas was 16 years old, a brace. He had a
yeah,
brace.
but it wasn't
You
in the
should
Premier
remember
League.
carefully, because well,
Yeah.
against you, he scored a brace.
Yeah,
That-
but we're not talking. Now
on
we're
a
talking.
debut, and it
We're,
was on
we're,
a debut.
but
His
Mark, we're
debut
talking
game.
now. We're talking now. We're not talking about. But Sepp Fabregas came to Chelsea, and what did he win? What did he win for
Bro,
Arsenal?
forget when he come to Chelsea.
What did he?
He
What did
destroyed
he?
Chelsea before he came to Chelsea.
No, he didn't, buff.
Anyway,
What are you on
anyway.
about?
Anyway, hold on. Before we go on any further, Steve, my brother, welcome to the stream. Of course, you know, I was watching the game, bro. I was rooting for you, bro. As hate a long sessions, not live, but in a real life moment. And I have to say, bro, you know, I have to say that you can't be disappointed with your team too much tonight, bro. You know what I mean? I think they showed a monumental fight and courage.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
one point, they was dominating Liverpool, I think, for like about a good 20 minutes, 25 minutes of the game. Liverpool couldn't really get the ball out of the half. They couldn't really get nothing going. It was all Newcastle. And I mean, who would I know? About tired legs, bro. Tired legs. You know what I'm saying? Tired legs. Well, let me move in between or from that conversation to the Chelsea game, because I feel like Drex have a little idea to talk about the Chelsea game, but I was hoping that it'd have popped through just in time so we could have talk about the Newcastle game first. But I just had to tell you that, bro. Big up.
No, big up, Steve. How you doing, bro? For the, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you, bro. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you, by the way.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Bro, I had a lot to drink. I'm fucking pissed. I'm gutted. I have every emotion in my fucking heart brewing through. It's a weird time to meet someone, but this is me in a nutshell, bro. So nice to meet you, Admiral.
My boy Steve, big up Steve anyway. And also, just before we start the stream, yeah, Mark, yeah, this is what we all need to do, right? Before we start it, we've got good compliment panel on the channel. Everyone, smash that like button and subscribe to Mark. Just do that for us, because it ain't just him putting on a show for you guys. It's all for you, for the whole world, for the content, and it's not hard. It's a free content. It's free to smash that like and subscribe to the channel, man. Just do it for my brother Mark, even though he's a Man United fan and he's drinking the tears where they're back down in that relegation battle. So, but yeah, but anyway, Mark, thank you to having me on the stream. Yeah, because any day before that, I wanted to do before to make sure everyone smashed the like and subscribe to your channel. But thanks for having me on, and
bro.
big ups to
Anytime.
everyone in the panel. Thanks for and all you guys on the panel.
Bro, you're
Big
going
ups to you.
already?
And no, I ain't going anywhere, man. I'm
All
trying.
right,
I'm getting
then,
my
just saying.
brother up. No, I'm just look. I'm literally gonna set myself up. I'm gonna go somewhere quiet, so we're on the channel and like just be professional. I've been busy, mate. I haven't had a chance to set up my laptop or nothing to be organised. You know what I mean? Tonight I wanted to be I wanted to be organised for your channel, bro. Tonight, man, for the channel, innit? But I couldn't do it. But I'm gonna do it now.
No stress. No stress. But Steve, Drex, what your thoughts are on the Newcastle game? We'll transition to the Chelsea game and then we'll move forward from there.
The Newcastle game. When it was 2-2, what's his name? Osceola, when he put that ball past Alisson, I'm like, okay. Then I saw that was 89th minute. Then I saw the linesman, the fourth official putting up an 11 minutes added time. I'm like, oh Jesus, here we go again. Liverpool going to find a way to win this one. And I was hoping I just put the game on. I put the volume up. I couldn't even watch it because I feel like every time I watch Liverpool in them dying minutes, bro, they always find a goal. I'm like, yo, man. And the next thing I heard, 16-year-old kid, Rio, is putting up the winner for Liverpool.
Shocking defender.
Bro, man. I'm like, I looked at the game. I'm like, 2-2, one man down. Eddie Howe, what were you thinking, bro? What were you trying to? I know the momentum was with Newcastle, but why were you trying to just see if you could nick a win, bro? I don't know, but if it was me, bro, I'm no coach, right? I'm far from it. But if I was playing, let me bring it back to where I can control. If I was playing FIFA, this is 2-2, bro. I know what I'm doing. Everybody is
not
sleeping.
Me, but
kudos to Liverpool for keeping it, finding a way, because football, especially for the neutrals, football is all about winning games, scoring goals, playing good football, and sometimes playing good football means defending to the best of your ability, which I know Newcastle in time past they've done, right? But kudos to Liverpool for finding a way to earn all 3 points. I give Newcastle for this game. I respect them because having gone a man down, 2 goals down, they found a way to be on level terms, and I don't know where that 11 minutes came from. I don't know where it came from, bro. Maybe I don't know where it came from, bro.
But
Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, and J7, them 3 They're on the losing end, but you could pick any of them three for man of the match. I mean, they just
Yeah.
they
I would agree.
they
I feel-
didn't give a single you know what about anything about their fitness, about their day, and all the guys, but those three in particular. And my man of the match for us, Guimaraes. I mean,
Yeah, that was my
was,
man of the
the
match
guy
too.
was
He had
running.
a captain's
The guy was running
performance.
on literal fumes, and he was still chasing everything down. Yo, he played us out of so many situations in our half where he would just little touch, boom, and finesse, and we get up the pitch because of that.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was in this game was that in the opening 20 to 25 minutes, and I didn't watch long. You can watch it back. Now I'm like, yo, we have the momentum. They are not doing. Liverpool did nothing, absolutely nothing in that opening 25. It was all us. It was what I expected, and probably a lot of people expected, that we're going to come out like bloodhounds. We're going to come out like bloodhounds and hunting packs. And if we get that goal, we set ourselves up nicely for the rest of the game. The problem was the goal didn't come.
A red card.
And that is
Liverpool got robbed. I think Newcastle got robbed. If you see the two defenders, if you see the defense, if you actually watch back on in 25 to in the 18th minute of the game, where the ball went through to I think it was Gordon or Alanga. You can see Kanate pulling his shirt, holding his shirt back, pushing him on a counter attack to stop the free play, and that should have instead of yellow card. That should have been that should have been a red.
You ain't gonna hear the ref stuff from me, because I know this league has terrible officiating, absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even bother to complain about it because it's like getting upset that you walk into a China shop and they sell China. What did you expect? When you put on a Premier League game, it's not going to be good officiating. I'm past that point.
I think Steve, the team because you didn't have Isak in there, your gameplay got robbed. You actually tonight you should be proud of your team. How you're physically, the way you played from all that game. Yeah, fair enough. Anthony Gordon, I don't know what he was doing to Van Dijk. I don't get that, but since he got sent off, yeah, because he was brilliant. He was brilliant all game.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, Liverpool thought they was gonna come and have an easy win, right? Because of the thing. But today, tonight's game, what you've done against Liverpool, you shouldn't have lost it. You got robbed twice from that for the incident. They should at least Garnacho, whatever, like Liverpool
Gordon.
midfielder. Garvey from the Liverpool midfielder. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh yeah,
Gravenberg. That's it. Gravenberg also, yeah. I don't get how VAR never checked what he did with that dirty tackle on
there were so many things from both teams that we got, to be honest.
But you should be proud. You scored 2 goals with 10 men, and you fight through the way in your team. Today, I just say Liverpool fans, they just need to hype themselves down, because in the day you shouldn't have won it. Honestly, Liverpool should not have won that game, but they won it by 10 men. And when it goes back, then I just don't get, because we all know VAR, guys. Yeah, since last year. Now the new system, you hear the referee speaking through the mic to the whole crowd about the incident with Gordon. Yes, a good thing, but it's still a joke. Look at yesterday's game, Fulham's game, when the player for Man United, pulls down. Bruno Fernandes has a penalty. And how he never got a red card for what he did to the player on the pitch. This VAR needs to organise professionally. If you're meant to be professional on doing your ref job as a VAR, because you are ex-referees, your professional on that screen is to look on the screen what is the thing. You know exactly if it's the foul or the off play decision and all that lot. The thing is, they're just a joke. They're a joke, like, for a minute. The VAR since the last 2 years, a joke.
But You can't keep complaining about VR, bro. It's here to stay. And at the end of the day, bro, it's just like somebody refereeing. Now, of course, we can't always complain about the refereeing. It is what it is. So in moments like this, you just have to congratulate your team for the fight they had for the fourth performance and move on to the next game, bro.
We had it. Some of the second half, bro, it looked like we were down. We were up a man, and they were down to 10. That's what and that's impressive to do when you don't have that. When it's actually the opposite.
100.
I'm proud and all that shit, but at the end of the day, it's like there's just things that like what. Okay, halftime subs. We needed to make them. We were down 1-0. Because in the first half we did not score when we had all the momentum. Basically it was a UFC fight. We're on the verge of a knockout blow or a punch before the knockout blow, and we're working and working and working and working. All of a sudden, sucker punch. Now they have the momentum, and then they get
That's how
and
it
then the
happens,
bell
bro.
rings. The bell rings for halftime. They get to cool down. We get to cool down. But then as soon as the bell rings for round 2. They get another sucker punch. So it's like, yo, we're doing all this fucking work. And then the Gordon red card. It's like your fucking leg is giving out. That's what that was. And you just, when you do shit like that, bro, you are just not, you're making hard work for yourself, man. Put a fucking striker on we have Sean Neve from our academy. He wasn't on the bench tonight. Why? Put an actual striker out there and see what happens. I've been saying this the whole freaking time that Isak's been out. Or start Osula, because he made a good impact when he came on. Because then the long ball, the crosses that we were putting into the box actually had a head, someone to aim for, besides Joe Ellington, who again, I don't think crashed the box enough as much as I'd like him to.
But he was tired, bro, because of the all the work he was put in. So it is go hand in hand, bro. Sometimes that's just how it is go. And it was a difficult night. I have to say that for you. You know what I mean? But let's discuss the Bournemouth Wolves game really quickly, guys. I don't know if you guys were able to take in the game, but my opinions are it was a tight clash settled by a lone goal from Bournemouth, denying Wolves a response. It was a tight match, and the key Bournemouth goal and defensive grit was really the difference maker. And that's just my honest opinion from what I have seen and other highlights I watched over. So, I don't know if anyone have a different opinion on that, but I feel like it was a just result because to me, Wolves are a little bit struggling to deal with the absence of Matthias Cunha in their team.
Yeah.
Of course, they have a solid midfield. Andrew Trinidad is there, Joe Gomez is there, but they don't really have much going on up front. They also lost their top striker in Jao Hernandez is his name? Or something like that.
Who's that?
There's Raul Hernandez or something is his name.
Raul Jimenez.
Jimenez, who plays at Fulham now. So it's an interesting situation going on there.
Cunha as well. Cunha and...
Well, I mentioned Cunha there as the biggest miss.
And Neto, and Pedro Neto, because he's now at Chelsea.
Pedro Neto Chelsea.
I think
so that's a big struggle for Wolves.
They lost those guys 2 seasons ago. I think the one that's hurting them now is in Chan, Cunha, and that Asian, what's his name? Is Ichan. I don't think he's. Last season he suffered a lot with injuries, right? So I don't think he's fit right at the moment. So that is the guy they need to get back to fitness, or he needs to find a way back to fitness to support last season at the moment. Because if you watch that game, I did catch a glimpse of that game because Bournemouth should have scored more, at least 2, right? But Wolves put up a good fight. But their final third is where the problem is. The ball doesn't seem to get to Lassen in time or enough, right? Yeah. So if there's report that they're looking to, I think they sold one of their midfielders already.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone to Germany, and Premier League club. No, it's Newcastle looking to sign Lassen.
But they refused.
They've just been here we go.
I think they're going to go back. They're going to go back to that guy because Isaac for sure. Isaac is gone.
I don't think it's that for
Yeah, he
Newcastle.
gone.
We'll
He's not going, bro.
cash out on him next summer. That's what it.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna happen.
I know.
Cash out
Me,
now, probably.
Yeah,
I
with
think they
Wolves.
cashed out. I think the deal for Liverpool will be announced tomorrow. I think they will announce a deal for Liverpool
Really?
tomorrow.
I don't think is that is going
Bro,
anywhere
listen, I
because
think
the
he's not
owner
going. Bro, listen,
Bob, he's on contract. He's on
he's
contract,
on contract, but I
and
think they
the
accept a deal for him.
owners apology. The
I think they
owner,
accept a
it's
deal
true.
for they accept the deal. 130 million
I
pounds.
guarantee you, bro. I guarantee
I
you,
think the
yeah,
reason why they've not made that move yet is because of this game. By tomorrow, watch out for this space. Tomorrow, next tomorrow, you hear a year we go or something, because you can't be
I'm
But
having it.
telling you.
yeah,
I'm telling you for
but
sure, bro. Tomorrow you would hear confirmation on the Isaac deal. I'm pretty sure it's 130 million
okay.
pounds.
I've just I'll be honest too. I think he's going over for. But just talking about the Bournemouth and Wolverhampton game, guys. Yeah, you've got just we've had talks with Wolverhampton with get Disassi and Dacho Fofana from Chelsea, and there's been going on talks. But now Bournemouth is coming in a race for Disassi from Chelsea. It's a here we go. It's all been accepted. So it's a big shame for Wolverhampton now. They've now missed another player because they needed another centre back for Wolves. Now they've lost out on Disassi now. Because Bournemouth's got Alpegovic. He was outstanding for out. I don't get why we sold him because he was better than the goalkeepers what we got out of Chelsea. But yesterday, when he playing Bournemouth, he was outstanding. The saves, the credible saves, the feet, what he did, it was incredible. And now Disassi going in that team, I think Bournemouth is going to be a hell of a good team this season. So,
Possibly.
for was
The
it?
Sassy ain't that great, bro. Let's be real. That's
Oh
why
no,
Chelsea
no,
sold
but
them. Come on, bro.
no.
Don't sell men them dreams, okay?
So
Now, what was
No.
interesting? What was
this is the game.
interesting this
This is the
weekend?
game I
This
want
was
to
this
talk
game
about. This one.
Oh,
because
Brentford and Aston Villa.
we
Oh yeah.
we need to touch on these games a little quickly because we had a but at the same time, I'll let Drex lead on this. My opinion
Bro,
on this game
I
was Brentford edge Villa in a narrow win.
bro, I watched this game. And Villa were lucky not to have lost this game more than one. I tell you the fact. I don't know what's happening to Villa at the moment, but it's not clicking for Villa. Brentford should have at least had 3 goals in this game. He didn't just the only light that the only spark I saw, the only player that stood out for me is the same player you mark. You already know the player I've always wanted, right? Rogers. He was the only one that was trying to connect the dot. Watkins tried, but not really. So I felt like they just that game was there's something in ours that it's not settled with the Villa squad at the moment. I might be wrong, but from what I watched, it wasn't clicking. The midfield wasn't clicking. Brentford, you would expect the Brentford side that has sold some of their key players to actually, to actually feel like, okay, you know what, let's be conservative here. But no, they coming out, they fought, they were a home team, they fought, they gave Villa a fight, and they scored a goal. I think they even scored the second goal, but it was ruled out for offside. Yeah, but that game, if you play another 40, Mark, I tell you, I'm not exaggerating here. If you play another 45 minutes of football for that game, Villa won't get to go.
Yeah,
That's my
interesting,
take.
bro.
But
I mean, that's how it is.
Rogers was good for them, like he's always been. He was good for them.
I just think Aston Villa for a minute, like they're looking at Nkunku and Jackson. Mind Emery wants Jackson at the club, but because they're wasted it for 60 million, they've only got 60 million, and Chelsea want 80. But the thing is, we know that at the Chelsea board, we're not going to get 80 for Nicholas Jackson. Around probably 65 to 70 million for this guy. But now we've got Bayern Munich coming in like basically just come out today. That's another agreement for Bayern Munich now. So Bayern Munich's hired Nico Jackson for a loan to buy option. So that's a good deal for us. He's going off opposite to Bayern Munich, so that we could bring Xavi Simmons in.
No,
With
bro, you're not getting any cash
well,
right now. So
the
there's no
thing
Xavi Simmons.
Oh no, but we've got the money.
There's 50 million pounds coming to Man
But
United for Alejandro Garnacho.
Mark, there's no banter, yeah. This why I respect you a lot, my brother, yeah.
No, no bantering you, bro. Just telling you Johnny
No,
Seventeen stole.
my buff, look, listen. This is what I love about Man United fans, how delusional you think. You think
Okay,
we're gonna go?
bro.
Right, no,
Okay. If you
listen.
think I just been
If
bantering
you,
you,
yeah, the delusional thinking of you thinking you're getting 50 million off us is
bro, okay, tomorrow,
this breaks.
tomorrow when you wake up, don't be
Oh no,
upset when
no,
you call me.
hang on, Mark, right. The thing is, yeah, we won't pay 50 million because we're not
No, that's what
stupid.
you
I
think,
won't.
but that's bro,
No,
listen.
no, but let me
Okay.
land, let me land, let me land, let me land,
Calm down.
let me
This is
land.
not transfer stream, bro.
No,
We're
let me
not
land, no,
discussing
buff.
transfers here. So this is not a transfer stream.
But
Forget
what I'm
that,
saying,
bro.
yeah,
Forget
Just
it.
like
Forget it.
let's just forget about that. Let's just move on so
yeah.
Forget
we cover
about
all
that,
of
bro.
this.
But no, what I'm just saying,
Burnley. No,
what I'm
no,
saying
forget
is,
about that, bro. We
I was going to
talking
talk about
about
Aston Villa.
Burnley.
No, I'm talking
Forget
about Aston
Villa.
Villa.
We talking
Oh,
about
okay,
Burnley.
Burnley,
2-0
Burnley. Yeah.
Sunderland. Right, bro? Burnley,
Well,
in
we
my
knew that was going to
opinion,
happen.
I watched this game because I thought Burnley was going to beat Sunderland, and I know a lot of people predicted that Sunderland would have smashed up Burnley. Yeah, I wait to talk to Papi. Shout out to Papi. You know what I mean? I predicted Burnley would beat Sunderland in this game, and I thought Burnley had something to show to prove. They had a point to prove because of the teams that come up in the championship. From my understanding, Burnley was one of the better teams in the championship last season as well. So they didn't just come up here just to get, battered by everybody. They came up here to try to win. Last season, they got battered by every single team. So I'm pretty sure that they learned the lesson. They have an understanding of what they need to be done, and they came and they showed that in their performance in this game. They were better in preparation than the Sunderland team. They were fitter. They were more eager to win the second balls, which was key to them scoring the first of the two goals that they scored. And in my honest opinion, I think Burnley will be one of the teams to stay up. I actually think Sunderland might run into a problem where they lose that steam that they started the season so hot with. But I could be wrong as well. What I don't know what your thoughts are on this game, but we have a few other games to go through, so keep it brief, guys.
Like you said, like the Burnley game, we respected, yeah. Sunderland with a great result against West Ham last weekend. This weekend, like Burnley has played them in the championship, so Sunderland and Burnley, they know how to play out each other from the championship. When they got into the championship, you saw how much the threat from the championship side last season, where Sunderland beat them, Burnley beat them. So it's going on this season. Um, the thing with the new signings of Burnley, like fair dues, you knew full well Burnley was going to beat Sunderland. I don't think Sunderland is going to be relegated. I think it's Burnley. And I just don't think that Burnley's got that touch. But Sunderland look like a more strengthful team because they signed some, like, there's a good thing. And Sunderland had, what, a game. They've won one and they've lost one. But also,
Mhm.
Burnley lost against Tottenham last weekend. They got beaten 3-0. Right? So we've got to talk about Burnley last weekend in the first game of the season. They lost. And this season they got 3 points. And then Burnley's got tough games coming up like Sunderland has. But I
And
think
yeah,
the
Man
edge of
United next.
yeah. See Burnley and Man United next. So with Sunderland, I think Sunderland will edge up to stay in the Premier League this season because I think they've got a more better structure than what Burnley's got because Scott Parker's back at Burnley, and you know when Scott Parker comes back to Burnley, what happens? He ends up putting them down back to the relegation battle, back to the Championship.
You know
Yeah,
what's
that'll be
you know
interesting.
what's funny here? You know what's funny here? Scott Parker, right? Wasn't he here before in the Premier League with a different team? Was it Burnley or with a different team? Now,
I believe it was
Uh,
with Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Okay.
He brought
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth to the Premier League.
Yeah.
So I think I know I had in my pre-season prediction of who's gonna go down. I have Burnley, Wolves, and Leeds, right? But having the second thought again, I'm like, that guy might have learned a few lessons from his first time in the Premier League. He might. Now I'm looking at his record, right? With Burnley, he's had what 31. He's played 52 matches. He's had 31 wins, 16 draws, 5 losses. Compared to a Sunderland, I'm just talking compared to a Sunderland side, a Sunderland's coach who's had 53 games, He's won 24, drawn 14, and lost 15. So I'm just looking at Sports Parker he's had an experience. What's his Regis Lebris doesn't have the Premier League experience, so that might just be the edge. But for that game, I was expecting a draw. To be frank, I was expecting a draw. I felt like Burnley were at home. They would want to at least give the home fans something to cheer, because having lost the way they did against Tottenham, they are home. Another opportunity to try to redeem themselves, try to put themselves in the hearts of the fans, which they did. Right. But Sunderland, on the other hand, I was like, the worst case scenario would be a draw. We saw how brilliantly they played against West Ham. Maybe, but we have to wait until like the 6th game before we start drawing inference and all of that, doing our permutation. Because maybe Sunderland might not just be that team that is superb away from home.
Bro, I think it could be 2 Premier League teams going down this summer, not just one.
Just
Yeah,
one.
bro. It might be interesting to see what's going on there.
The same
before
thing
you
Tess talked
Yeah.
about. West Ham might join them.
Yeah, just before you just go to this next chapter, I just want to quickly talk about on the Burnley situation when you just bring up Scott Parker's stats. When Scott Parker 2 seasons ago came to the Premier League, he did well and he ended up slacking off. Then they're banging Vincent Kompany last season. Then it didn't happen for Vincent Kompany that season before that. But then now they're bringing Scott Parker back in to Burnley again. So they haven't really changed the different managers. It's just like he's come back. This is 2nd season with Burnley to be into the front runners, to be back into this team. Could I say Scott Parker give the Burnley the doubt to stay up this season? I don't think he can, because the way I saw him last time when he managed Burnley, we see the situation then, what happened in the Premier League. He just couldn't cope as a manager, and he didn't have a plan B to change the game system around in games. So now he's back at Burnley. We might see the same as, again, him panicking, not having a plan B to change the games around to stay up in the Premier League this season. But he might shock me this season. He might shock me this season. Even though, but look, Mark, I understand. I would like to see Burnley stay. I just don't think he have a plan B. He might shock me this season. If he does, big ups to him. If he stays up this season with him, big ups to him. But I just don't see it happening, mate.
Interesting. Well, a draw that you didn't expect would have been Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. And I would say I didn't expect a draw. I kind of expected Crystal Palace to win this game 2-1, and Nottingham Forest didn't really do the job that most people would have expected them to win the game. And Drex saying that he expected a win.
I know if you watch
draw.
the possible outcome show we did on Friday after the Chelsea game, this was the game I said was gonna be a draw. I put it up there, and like, this is the reason why I said that was because Palace are not they've lost what's his name? Eze, yeah. And there's a possibility they might lose Gueye, right? I don't think if the window shuts today, Palace will pick up. Right now, there's so many uncertainty within that team that players are not they're unsettled. That's the word. They're unsettled at the moment. Same thing with Nottingham Forest. The owner issue, all of those things creeping in is making them a little bit unsettled. But for me, I was happy that I actually called Palace and Chelsea a draw last week, and it happened. This week, same thing, it happened. So that game was like you put it right there, was a well-balanced contest game. It was nobody wanted to lose. Everybody were like, you could give it to Palace because they were the home side and they were fighting to get at least all 3 points. But Nottingham Forest were like, no, we're not doing that today. No, we're not going to lose today. So it was a good. If you're a neutral, that's one game you would enjoy watching. Although it ended up in the draw, but you enjoy that game watching if you were neutral.
Well, one game I did enjoy watching was this game right here. Because I have some partners that was real telling them all kind of things about how shit David Moyes is. And I told these brothers, I said to them, I say Moyes and Everton is a match made in heaven. Yeah, because his style of football and the type of players they had there and what they will do is kind of something that people will be used to. Because you have to understand there's a difference in the way Everton is played and the way West Ham is playing.
Play, yeah, yeah,
Everton
yeah.
is play with a chip on their shoulder because I mean their baby sister is Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
So they just had to play out of the skin. And Moyes is an underrated manager, so it's like two underdogs come together. They understand each other and they know very well what they want from each other.
True,
You
true.
understand?
Yeah.
And they're working to carry each other forward. And I think, with the acquisition of Jack Grealish, a man reborn, I would say.
Mm.
Earning a man of the match honors in the game, in the win. He was very creative. He had a free role given by David Moyes
Oh,
to roam down that left hand side and control the game. And much unlike what he had at Man City with
Man
Pep
City.
Guardiola. And I
Yeah.
think he was thriving. And I think that's going to be an interesting problem this season for a lot of defenses. I'm a certain person that don't rate Jack Grealish, but this Jack Grealish here is a different guy.
Yeah. No, this
Maybe
Jack
I might
Grealish.
I might start liking him.
No, this Jack Grealish you're seeing right here is the Jack Grealish of Aston Villa before it was sold to
100%. I agree. I agree on that.
because
100%.
he's gonna find like he's gonna rediscover that form, that Aston Villa Jack Grealish. And you know
Yeah.
what happened during the time at Aston Villa? He was given the same freedom to roam, to dictate the play for Aston Villa. And if Moyes has guns already, Moyes believes in his tall guys sending the ball in. Now he has somebody like a wild card, like a he has a
A
tool,
Maverick.
yeah, that he could actually use to change his own style of game for a little bit. Like, just give the man a free roll, do your thing. If it's not working, we revert back to type the long balls, the physicality, and all of that. And yet you have Beto right there, who is ready to do all of those dirty work to engage the defenders while Jack Grealish does his thing. So we like you said, Mark, it's gonna be peak for some defenders in the league because man has been let loose, bro. Man has been he's been
Yeah, it's
caged for a
good.
long
The,
time. He's been let
the,
loose.
the thing with Jack Grealish, right? We've seen him at Aston Villa, like what you said, how he had that free play, and he was the star boy for Aston Villa. Soon Man City paid 100 million for this guy. He just didn't get chance to get his gameplay, and he hasn't played a lot of games at City. Pep Guardiola looked like he didn't trust him, but now he's gone to Everton, where you can see a different Jack Grealish, where he's telling to the Man City fans, right, telling the Man City fans that basically saying to them, so like, you're missing a good star player here. You never gave me the chance to play for your club. You've kept me on the bench for so long. How much you spent for me? I'm going to show you what I can do for Everton. And then to what he did yesterday for Everton was incredible. Where he got the free room, he got an assist. He was the man of the match of Everton. You just could see how different he was. He looked fresh with his long hair, like ponytail. He looked like
Back.
I'm the
He's back.
he's back. He's back.
He is
But
back.
he's back. So and also they're not just that. They're just Diblin, a good signing for everyone. So Diblin and Jack
Banter.
Grealish. Oh my God.
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
have something to say about that. But we gonna talk about that just now. Let me
Yeah,
move on. My brother
yeah.
Tony Claude Gunner supposed to be here, guys. Shout out to him.
Ball
He wasn't
jobs.
able to make it, but he will be
Ball.
here for the next stream. And this was supposed to be his segment, 5-0 versus Leeds. I would have some things to say about
I'll be
this
1 minute,
game.
guys. I'll be 1 minute.
I think all the people who play Leeds, please play them before they play the 10th game. Trust what I'm telling you all. Because after game week 10, Leeds is going to be a very difficult opponent. Guys, just remember I told everyone Leeds will become a very difficult opponent after game week 10. And it's not just because of the coach or anything like that, but because some of the players that Leeds have, they're not fully match fit. There are a lot of players that came in late from Europe. Yeah,
Mhm.
like Joel Okafor and these guys. And trust me, these guys will make a huge impact into this team. Just give them a few games to settle into this league, and you will see a different Leeds team. And I hope Man United plays Leeds in game week 9 because it will give us enough time to face a Leeds team we could probably do some damage too. In other words, I think this Arsenal game was pretty interesting. I saw the game. Arsenal didn't look at all super dominant until scoring the first goal. And after scoring the first goal, the second goal, I think after that the goalkeeper from Leeds gave up. Gave up. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to let this game pass me by." And I would say he's a traitor, and they should fire him. They should sack him immediately and replace him. They should put him in the academy because that was the most disappointing performance I see from a goalkeeper in my life. He could have saved so many of those chances and didn't. The Saka goal literally was half an inch off his shoulder. Like if he had just rock, he would have put that ball would have been deflected away from goal.
But that's
And
like a
and
goal. Don't you think he came with a lot of venom and
nah,
speed?
bro, it's not even venom and speed. He just didn't move. Saka shoot and
But
he just stayed
yeah,
right
because
there.
I remember it's just me asking, but I remember the commentator was saying that guy did just it just stood like he
Yeah, he just
wasn't
didn't
bothered.
move.
He
And
wasn't
if he
bothered.
did just set himself, like if you make yourself big, if he did just square his shoulders up, I tell you the ball hit his shoulder
Hit
here
the
and it
shoulder,
go up
yeah.
in the air.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's
that's just
exactly the
how
same.
close the ball. It was like this away off his shoulder tip, bro. Like it literally whistled. It probably
Mhm.
rub him. You understand? So if he had
Yeah.
just make himself big, it come off his shoulder, no goal. And then Leeds in the game. But Leeds allowed a lot of things to happen in this game. Shout out to Rasta Stocks in the building. And it was one of those things where I just felt like for me, when I watched the game, is not up to speed of the Premier League. They have a quality team, but they are
Same old
they
Leeds.
of all the teams that came up, they are the most behind in terms of
Yeah.
preparation to face Premier League opposition.
What's that? What's that left winger they have? Is it Nonto or no?
Daniel James.
Nonto, Willie
Oh,
Nonto.
Nonto.
Nonto,
Oh,
yes.
Nonto.
He didn't look the part yesterday, bro. And I was actually looking for him to put himself in the game, but he didn't look it. He didn't look it like
I think he
he
coming off of an injury or
injury.
he
Okay,
coming
okay.
back
Because
from an
if you
injury
if
or
you remember
something like
that
that.
preseason game he played United, right? He
He
looked the
looked pretty
part,
good.
bro. He looked very good, and I was expecting to see something like that. But like you said, Mark, a lot of them they're with their fitness and maybe the gel and all of that. It's not there at the moment. So, but that game was for me. It was a given. Arsenal were going to run with that game, and yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Dude,
Arsenal was
especially
going to
with
win, but not
Gokres.
as well.
So
The
especially with
Gyökeres goal.
the Goku's
I
goal,
mean,
how him like I just don't get with Arsenal how embarrassing they are, like doing the thing that face like what Gokres does, yeah, to try to do the Cole Palmer like the thing the thing with that, yeah, you know me, Mark. The thing with Gokres, yeah, the guy's gone missing since the Man United
Nah,
game.
nah,
It,
nah.
it, it
I'm
went
not having
missing.
that.
No, hang on,
and
This is
I,
not a
no,
debate
hang on.
show. This is not a
listen,
debate
Hang
show.
on.
I agree, but I'm not.
And the goal it came off a reflect and scoring a penalty. He was missing in the first game. He didn't do nothing in the first game. He was missing. And to come to play against Leeds United, as we know, Leeds are crap anyway. We know they're going back down. And we just knew that. I said to my mates, yeah, because they told me to do a bet. I said, like, they're saying that Leeds is going to beat Arsenal, and I said no. I said I bet you Arsenal will win 5-0, and you'll hit Gokres will score a goal, and next minute everyone will hype up Gokres because he's scored a wonder. But he didn't score a wonder. I watched the whole game for the first 45 minutes. Gokres went missing, and in the second half,
Chelsea,
in the fourth,
Dan,
he goes and
Chelsea,
he
Dan,
shoots and hits again to reflect. But respect him to beat him.
can
Respect
I
Arsenal
just
to beat him
ask you a
5-0.
question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
When you
go on.
watch some of his games, when Mark, I'm sorry, when you watch some of his games when he was playing at Sporting Lisbon, the first goal is a trademark Gyökeres goal. That first goal where he had to take on those two and cut and shoot because the goalkeeper was expecting a third touch before to shoot, but that's what he does. That is his trademark goal. So I know he was a little bit quiet in the United game.
Portuguese,
United side, whether we
Portuguese
like
leads
it or
are
not,
totally
United.
different.
I know
Yeah,
everybody banter United.
but
I
I
ain't
know.
even going to say anything about that Joker's goal
No,
because
no, no.
if I really
I just.
comment on it,
Mhm.
right, I will be real honest.
The
Mm.
defender
He
gave
can't
him
even
time.
do that against Lenny Euro. Lenny would have
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
ball from right
No,
tip off.
yeah,
no,
100%. I
Mark, I
agree on
agree
that,
with
Mark.
you. I agree with you, but I'm saying that is his trademark goal. He does the thing.
No, it is his trademark
Yeah.
goal, to
So,
be
but I'm
honest.
saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
against the Liverpool, against the Man United game, you're saying he went missing. The United defenders kept him real quiet.
He
They
went
had him on the.
missing.
No, it's not really like he went missing. When you say a player went missing, you're not giving the defenders their credit. Defenders had him. Defenders kept him quiet, and that's
The
it.
way I
You
watched
understand?
The way I watched Man United Arsenal game,
Mhm.
right? Way I watched the Man United Arsenal game, the Arsenal, yeah, they scored from a set piece. But after that, Arsenal never did nothing all game, and so did Gyökeres. And then I watched them play when I watched them play Leeds in the first half till the second half of the 65th minute. He was nowhere to be seen on the pitch. He was missing. And to what he did, because the Portuguese league is totally different atmosphere to the Premier League. Yeah, like they're like, look at Darwin Nunes. Look at how many goals he scored in the Portuguese league. Comes to Liverpool and it successful didn't work out for him. This is the same thing what Gyökeres is gonna do. He
Nah,
couldn't do it against Man United.
I don't do a
At
bet.
the Liverpool game, at the Liverpool game, I understand. I see I agree what you're
Let's
saying.
move. Let's move to
Yeah,
the Man
but I'm
City.
just
Let's move to
yeah.
this Man City game. But I'm telling you now, I don't do bets, right? But let me just do this. If Gyökeres don't score all competition 20 goals, I give 10 memberships here. Gyökeres this season 20 goals, all
Well,
competition 20 goals. Watch it
I
out.
bet it
It's
don't.
not.
I bet it
It's not.
don't.
It's not the Darwin Nunes hype that we're looking
Yeah,
at, bro.
well,
He's a two-point Darwin Nunes.
if you lose Chelsea, Dan, you had to get 10 memberships. I just telling you,
What's the 10
equivalent,
membership? I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like,
twenty
I'm telling you,
pounds.
I'm telling you now, yeah. Darwin Nunes, yeah, is another 2 point of Gyökeres, but it was a Portuguese league. Well,
Mark,
I'm
Okay,
telling you, go.
let's go on. I've already said what I want to say,
Man,
Uh,
bro.
so
uh,
Manchester City face Tottenham.
oh my
Interesting game,
God.
bro. I would have never seen this coming.
No, but Mark,
2
Mark,
nil
What?
Tottenham.
you should be expecting this. It's
No,
Tottenham
well,
and Man
I didn't
City.
expect Man City to lose, but or draw, but I didn't
I
expect it to
expect
be
more
2
money.
nil. In the
I expect more money.
in the manner of which it was, I felt like Erling Haaland had a real off day. I felt
Mm,
like Man City midfield was
Mamouche.
not working in
Mm,
that game. There was missing Ryan. There's supposed to be this midfield monster. He was not in the game at all.
welcome
You
to
know,
Premier League.
Cherky and all had a fluff of a game. He was
Welcome to
hooked.
Premier League.
Welcome to the Prem. You know what I mean? And Spurs delivered a clinical performance, stifling City's attack to take all 3 points. Spurs were dominant. Thomas Frank was, I would say, well played, well planned, and well executed. You know, a game. And I can't say anything else more or anything else less. I
There's
have to give
nothing
him that
more, nothing
respect.
less, bro. Tottenham were Bellissimo in that game, right? Mamouche had an off day, like you said. Erling Haaland, you know, when he doesn't get the service, he's like basically not. It's not impacting the game, right? So he had an off day himself. The defense, bro. I don't know what's going on with them, but right, like you said, Reinders, they now they know what the Premier League looks like. You don't get to play Wolves every day, bro. You don't get to play Wolves every day. You play a Tottenham
Understand?
side. You know what the Premier League. So Pep would look at them. I'm like, all your new guys that just got into this league. This is what the league is all about. You don't get to play Wolves every day. You get to get their teams that you'll be looking at. I'm like, yo, man, what just happened, right? So am am I happy that they lost? Oh yes, but I'm just saying that it's not really good that they lost like that, because now these players, they're good players. The likes of Cherky, Mamouche, Renders, even Nico Gonzalez, these are good, fine players. Now they know what the Premier League is all about. Now that's like a wake up call for them. You know what I mean? It's like a wake up.
Hmm.
I just hope that they take time to wake up, so they maybe wake up after game week 4. You know?
I think, I like, it's because it's game week 2. Like, we know, like you said, Tottenham and Man City. Tottenham haven't got Son no more, and Tottenham always it's Man City's bogey team. Mark, we know
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Man City is the bogey team of Tottenham. We know when it comes to Tottenham Man City, Tottenham give them a good fight of a game. And now they got Thomas Frank in Tottenham. He looks the set piece what he's done is works well, and he did it against Brentford. He beat like when Ivan and Tony said did a bet that we're going to beat Man City on that day. Then that game, Big ups to you, my bro. Big ups to you, man. Yeah, that game, right? He sudden came along, right, and beat and Brentford battered Man City like four. I think it was 4-0 that time. But this game with Tottenham, it's like now they've lost Son, they look like a real danger. And if like now they've got Kudus in that team, and what's more signings like Sofinho and some other players get into that Tottenham squad, they're gonna look
Mm.
a good threat. And like you said, Regenders, he's a quality player for Man City. We know what he's like. We've seen him when he played in the other league. I've wanted Regenders come to Chelsea. He's amazing. Oh, this kid is quality. Turkey,
Really
Ryan
is.
Turkey, yeah, Ryan Turkey. See, with Pep Guardiola, he can't. He's not good making a rebuild. He always likes to bring experience and that. Now he's on a rebuild. It's going to take him time, especially the goalkeeper on that
No, that
second
go.
goal.
Bro.
That,
Trafford. Yeah. Trafford had a
what was
howler.
it? Did you see that? Yeah. See, why
So,
would you
so,
do that?
Yeah, so the thing is with Trafford, right? He's gonna learn because now where was he? I can't remember. Somebody help me out here. I think he was in the Premier
Burnley.
League. Burnley, right? Burnley.
Mm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so now this is his time with the Premier League. So he's a
Bro, he
good.
was at Burnley
Oh
within the
yeah,
Premier
with
League.
Burnley, yeah, I knew he was in Premier League now. So now he's going to learn, bro. He's going to learn. I don't think he should be, in my opinion, should he be starting in months like start being the
I
number one
mean,
goalkeeper.
he should. He have the experience. He
Yeah,
could do
but
a job.
but but
He's
if
made good saves. You know, it's how he had moments because
I
I
think
mean, even though Burnley lost a lot of
and
games,
yeah,
they didn't concede a lot of goals
so for me,
because he used to have good saves.
it's gonna improve with time. It's just it's giving me the David De Gea vibes when he first came to United. It's gonna improve with time. He's gonna get some of these games, some of these, and you don't forget you're playing a Tottenham side. Get some of these games. I saw him against Wolves. He was
We
good.
really,
This is just one of them. Yeah. So let's
guys,
move
we're
on.
all over the time because it's supposed to be 35 minutes, 45 minutes today. But, you know, Manchester United game, we have to react to it. And I would just keep it simple and say this, yeah. I was disappointed in that performance. Not the entire performance, but the overall performance because it was bland. Yeah, this Manchester United team needs, I don't know what it needs, but it needs Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Yeah, a lot of people could say and criticize Bruno Fernandes and blame Bruno Fernandes for all the mistakes in the game they want. If you go and check the heat map, which does not lie, Bruno Fernandes was disciplined in the midfield exactly
Oh
what
yes.
everybody
Oh
wants him
yes.
to do. He was not up and down and all around the pitch like everyone was thinking and saying, but because the heat map don't lie. The heat map shows where Bruno spent most of his time on the pitch, in working on the pitch, and he's not in a position where he can create for the team going forward. Of course, we have two exciting players of the likes of Cunha and Mbumo, and Mbumo is not match fit. And Mbumo was locked down by Bassi for the entire game. And after the 70th minute, he was so gassed that he just started to lie down on the ground and flail around. And if it was Bruno, we'd have slaughtered him. We just slaughtered Bruno for that last season, right? Cunha, on the other hand, he had a decent game in the first half. He was also gassed past the 60th minute. After the first 60 minutes, he disappeared from the game. He had some good chances, but he missed them. He snatched at a perfect chance that should have put us 1-0 up. Of course, Bruno can't escape because he threw away a penalty because the referee threw him off. Yeah, and that's the story of this 1-all. This 1-all. Our top scorer is own goals. Yeah. So I'm not trying to take away from Lenny Oro, the amazing rise, the header, but it came off a defender and it was an own goal. And at the end of the day, we didn't do enough to get a goal in the game. And I would also put this blame on the manager, Ruben Amorim. No, I'm not. I know a lot of people are Ruben Amorim out, Ruben Amorim doubt, but right now, Ruben Amorim need time, and not only Ruben
Can't
Amorim
blame the
need time,
manager
but
for
the
the
team,
mistake, bro.
the team
Can't.
need time. You have to blame the manager because his tactics was poor,
What,
his team
what was it?
selection was poor,
Was it the
his team
manager's fault
selection
when
was poor. It
was
was
it
it's
was it
his
was it the
it
manager's
was
fault
the
that Bruno
manager's
missed a
fault.
penny?
It was the
Was it
manager's
Bruno?
fault. No,
But
bro,
No,
forget the
is it
penalty because no one cares
was it
about the
was it
penalty.
was it manager's fault
okay.
for
Bro,
Bruno for
Let
missing that
all right,
penny?
let me finish,
just sit
bro.
down. Ask your question. We're gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer it
Yeah,
for you.
we will answer his question just now. But what I could tell you this: it's the manager's fault that nothing changed in the game. Because we have an 85 million pound striker who came on and was playing in the 10 behind Matthias Cunha. You understand what I'm saying to you, Chelsea? Dan? Yeah,
Well,
and
where
you
did
cannot you want to score
Sesko a 10?
goals. That's where Sesko was playing in the 10, bro, from the 70th minute going
Mark,
Oh, was
forward
he
to
not a
the end of the
striker?
game.
Mark,
Was he not a
Mark.
striker?
Let me explain something. I watched the game again, and I saw that thing lasted 10 minutes, and I begin to question: was it Sesko's understanding, or was there an information from the manager? Right.
Up to be.
So I don't know. So that's why in that instance, I would not really, because I watched it again, and after a while, Sesko went ahead and Cunha was behind, right? So as I'm thinking, okay, when they made that switch, was Sesko still thinking, okay, was it a Sesko thing or was it the manager's instruction? Because remember, Mount was playing the first line and he moved to be with Bruno in the middle, and Sesko
Exactly.
maybe I don't know if it was a Sesko thing, but this is what I'm going to say for the game. I fought the manager 80% and I fought the players 20%. So Chelsea was asking a question: was it the manager's fault that Bruno missed the penalty? Hell no. So
Of course not.
that's why the players will hold 20. Now, like this, like we all used to say, and people have been right about this. When we win a game, the manager was brilliant. When we lose a game, the players were what's the word again? Is it crap? You
Yeah.
know? So let's be fair here. You don't give a plan, right? You don't give a plan to people, a wrong plan, a plan that has holes in it, and you give it to people to execute, and you expect a perfect result. You don't do that, right? You will not get it perfect. That's the reason why I'm blaming the manager, and I'm saying for the yesterday's game, it's not. The last season is gone. He did what he did, but for yesterday's game, you do not give a plans with so many holes, right, and expect a possible and like 100% outcome. It doesn't work that way. And don't forget
100%.
also that Craven Cottage, right, whether we like it or not, we used to get the late winners there, right? But it's a place that Fulham, they've made a little bit like more like a fortress, right? It's always difficult. Liverpool lost their last season, Chelsea did. Arsenal's lost their last season as well. So for me, it just felt like the manner in which we lost, like we lost that goal, is what really upsetting to me, not really the result. Because if
100.
Dalot did not try to do that nonsense, right, that guy wouldn't be getting the ball. I said, put your ball. You couldn't collect the ball like that. Why don't you let it come and try to see if you could put yourself between ball and man, find a foul. That's one error there. Then the ball went out wide to Iwobi. Ugarte was trying to pick up because there was a guy trying to make that decoy run. Ugarte was already had that eyes on. I'm like, why are you having eyes on him? Euro was already looking at that guy. Dalot could not even close down to like at least swing your left foot, your left leg to see if you could get something on that cross. That was another mistake in itself. Then Bruno Fernandes did not even see when Emil Smith Rowe left him and
Yeah, but
went for
that's
that.
Luke Shaw, man.
No, but
No,
Luke Shaw
That's
is
Luke Shaw, man.
Luke Shaw is way
Luke
on the
Shaw
left.
supposed to be
Luke Shaw is
Luke
way on the
Shaw.
left.
When we
No,
marking set pieces and corners, Luke
that
Shaw
wasn't a
becomes
corner,
a
bro.
centre back.
That wasn't a corner. That was a
It
cross
was a
in
set.
play.
It was a set. Well, okay, but in the moment of play, if you look
Mhm.
at the game, the furthest man left was Delit,
Yeah,
right?
he was picking the
Luke
runner.
Shaw in that moment supposed to come central. You understand?
Mhm.
Because your play because the centre back pick up your man on the left. You are to come in now and pick up anybody coming through the center. Bruno don't never supposed to be going into the box, King. I know how it is work.
No, but he's playing one of the
He he
CM
playing a
position.
midfield role, but he not
Yes.
supposed to be going into the box. That's where the centre back's supposed to go. We have 3 centre backs. This is where people is get tied
No,
up.
yeah, but who
Luke
picks the
Shaw is
runner?
playing a left centre back, which means he's supposed to be able to rotate with the central centre back in moments. Same thing with Len Euro. You know, see Len Euro switching inside when sometimes when they let go outside on the right. The let is the man roving, sweeping. and the other two supposed to sometimes substitute when he come when he
See,
go out
Mark.
left.
See, when you got the first
So
goal, when you got the first goal, my bro. What I'm saying, like what you just came out, you're in Arsenal. Yeah, we didn't lose to Cottage last season. We lost to them at Stamford Bridge. We beat them at Cottage. Yesterday's game, where I saw your performance, I understand. I agree. Yeah, it was poor. Like the thing with your team, yeah, you get a set piece from a corner, and somehow, yeah, the guy from
There
the
wasn't
Fulham.
there wasn't a set, there wasn't a set piece. There wasn't a set.
No, no,
That was
hang
a
on, hang
clean
on.
play. Okay, okay.
No. You got a set piece from the corner when you scored when what's his name won the header
Arsenal.
and Man United got a
Oh, okay,
header
okay, okay, okay,
and
okay, okay.
the guy got the own goal for Fulham. So
I
it
hear
was an
you.
own goal for Fulham. So your threat didn't really get much chances. Your players didn't get the goals apart from that own goal set piece from that corner.
Yeah.
Then after that, it's like with that Bruno Fernandes penalty when he skied it. His head might not be everywhere. Pepe said he's thinking of going Saudis. Yeah, after that, the
Papi,
first
you
game,
talk too much shit, bro.
yeah, no, but what I'm saying is though, Mark, yeah, after when he lost that penalty, your whole player's head dropped, yeah, and from the second half, from that corner when the Fulham's got you saw that set piece, got an own goal from that, you didn't look as a threat like to go concede to go get a second goal. After that, you literally your whole back line, your whole midfielders looked like they're like weren't doing nothing in your attackers. Sudden, you sub the players on because I watched the game. You sub the players. Delot. I don't know what Delot done. He lost the ball. Awobi comes along, crosses the ball. I don't know what happened to the defence, and that's when Smith Rowe from scores that wonder goal
Exactly.
past the
The defense
goalkeeper.
was missing. You
It's
had three men who
honestly,
playing centre back supposed to be across that back line there. Right?
yeah.
There's one thing about that game that I agree with Chelsea here. If we had played another 15 minutes, we wouldn't have scored a goal. That no,
This is what I'm saying.
you see that own goal.
Yep.
The reason why I said that because I watched the game. I'm like, oh, if that ball didn't hit that Fulham player, there was Luke Shaw and there was Cunha right in front of that defender. So maybe there's a possibility they would have scored from that play, but we did score. But after that, you're right. After that, we didn't look like going to get the second goal. It felt
No,
like
because we don't have any creation going on up front.
yeah, no,
Matthias
that's why I say
Cunha
I'm
and
agreeing with
Mbumo,
what he's saying.
they don't
So
create anything for the strike for
Because
anybody else but themselves.
none of your attackers couldn't score. Cunha had chances in the first half, hit the post. There was no creative to score goals apart from that own goal. After that own goal, your players didn't look like they wanted to go and go get another second goal. They just all
Guys, I
dropped
really
off.
had to go because it's like
all right,
1 o'clock in the
yeah,
Yeah,
morning.
but
yeah.
But I have work in the morning. But guys, we will back again next week. You know what I mean? Hopefully we will be
Oh, bomb bruisers and
earlier.
bags, man.
Name your bum of the week, Chelsea Dan Crick. Who is your bum of the week? Which player from which club?
Bruno Fernandes from Man United.
All right. Okay, who's your bruiser of the week? I mean, I should name my bruiser of the week, you know. I got to name Bruno Gamara as my bruiser of the week, bro, because Bruno was bruising in that
Oh
game
man,
today against
the
Newcastle. I had to give Bruno that game.
I gave it to him. He was fighting. He was fighting.
Yeah, he fighting that game.
Bomb of the week
You had
for
to give
me.
your Bagsman of the week, brother. You had to give the Bagsman of the week.
Oh, I have to give the bagsman of the week. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know my guy, Maxman. You know that's my guy of the week. That's my guy
Who's
of the week, Maxman. But you know what? I backtrack a bit. You see, Richarlison I know he didn't score no goals, right?
No, you can't get Bagsman. I had to be
We
the
can't get.
goal
Okay,
scorer,
if
bro.
he has to be the goal scorer, then I give it to Maxman. That's it.
Who's Marksman?
Oh, Victor Gyökeres.
Well, then they had to say Victor Gyökeres.
No, that you already know it's Maxman.
Oh, Marksman.
Maxman, yeah, Maxman. Did I say Madman? I said Maxman.
No, you say Marksman.
Oh,
Masked
Maxman.
man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Pardon
kicks
me. Pardon
come
me.
after.
Pardon me.
Small thing. Guys, hopefully you guys
I got Joe
enjoyed this
Pedro in
Premier League.
mine.
Well, I mean, I would have picked John Pedro too because he scored a brace as well, and it was a
Yeah.
very nice brace as well. To be honest, it didn't have a penalty involved. But what I would say is, guys, this was our Premier Roundup of Match Week 2. Stay tuned for more content coming through from the channel, guys. Don't forget to check out everyone. Their information will be in the description. Of course, I will update it again
This guy's a
tomorrow.
this guy's a top Chelsea fan. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I know that's that's his buddy. Big up to him too. Shout out to you guys for viewing and sticking around. Don't forget to smash the likes and share it around for Chelsea Dan, as well as D Hub Sports TV, and of course Strasbourg Steve was here earlier on representing Newcastle. Something came up. He had just came home from work anyways, guys. So he had to go. And of course I have to go because I have work in the morning. So,
All right,
guys, I
guys.
hope you
Big
have a
up to
wonderful
everyone, man.
evening. Shout
Thank
out
you,
to each and
brother.
every one of you. Don't
Big up to
forget to
man.
share it around and come back next week, 10 p.m. UK, every Monday. We will be here recapping the Premier League weekend after the final whistle has been kicked. And of course, stay tuned because on Thursdays, coming up, when Europa League competition starts and Champions League, as well as the Conference League, there will be another show that will be recapping those leagues as well on a Thursday
Where's
night.
your Champions League? You ain't
Hey,
got
hey, hey,
that.
hey,
Where
hey,
is
hey,
your
hey, hey,
Champions
hey, hey,
League?
hey.